Hey everyone, Sheldon here, and this is another video on the paper M1911. So, as you can see, I have the recoil spring working, which is pretty nice, and I'm actually going to take it apart and show you guys what it looks like. So I'm just going to press this side down right here and take this out like that. And then this just comes off just like that. And you can see some of the more detailed components here, like this right here. And it looks a little weird because it has this dark stuff on there, and that's just from the spring rubbing on the paper. I'm not really sure why that's on there, but you know, it still works. And then here's the actual spring itself. It's kind of short and a little weak. I would like to find a stronger spring, but I can't seem to find one that's the right diameter yet. So when the time comes, I'll just try to find a better spring, but for now I'm just going to use this. And you can also see I actually made a new recoil spring plug right here, so I can actually push that in a little bit and twist this and take this barrel bushing out like that. So now I can take these out. So here it is. Basically I just remade this using only super glue, so it's pretty strong for how thin it is. And I wanted to do this again because the last one was a little bit too big, so it was kind of like bending into more of like an ellipse shape, if that makes sense, instead of a circle. So, you know, just little things like that that just kind of bother me. So, you know, this took like, 30 minutes. And you can see the hammer drops like it should. And the spring that's in the mainspring housing isn't the best, but it seems to work pretty well. Basically what I did was I took a spring that was a little bit too big, and then I just reshaped it by putting it on a dowel rod that kind of matched the diameter I needed. Then I just compressed the wire with some pliers around the dowel rod to where it could fit inside the mainspring housing. So, it seemed to work pretty well. I am not familiar with spring making, so I'm pretty happy that I was able to reshape a spring to get it to work for this. And this spring is actually from an old airsoft gun, so just kind of using materials that I find around the house basically. And basically what I've been doing as far as the whole project goes is I've been adding new finishing layers to this. So you can see there's a finishing layer on this side and also this side, and I applied that using just super glue, so it's easier to get a nice smooth finish. And I did that to the slide as well. I still need to put some higher grit sandpaper on there and stuff to make it more shiny. And you can see the grip is actually 2 tones, and I didn't do that on purpose. It was an accident actually. Basically I was saturating it with super glue and I ran out mid-process and used a different brand. So I was using normal super glue, and then I was using Gorilla Glue toward the bottom, so it didn't saturate the same way, so it just looks different. But it's kind of cool, adds character I guess. But yeah, I used a Dr. Pepper cardboard container thing to make this. Basically I just stacked it up and formed this shape. Still need to cut a little bit out right there, but I'll do that later. But yeah, once I add this to the frame, it'll make the whole thing look a lot more like it should. So there are a few components I still have to make, obviously like the sear and the disconnector and stuff, and I did make an extractor. I made that a long time ago actually, so I'm not even gonna go over that because it basically doesn't look very good. But you guys will see a new and improved version of the extractor later on, once I make one that actually looks good. But yeah, I didn't skip over that part in case you guys were wondering. It's just not very aesthetically pleasing, I'll just say that. But yeah, basically, if you guys haven't already, be sure to follow me on Twitch, because over there I am actually working on these projects live. So if you want to ask any questions and stuff, feel free to drop by, because I'm trying to do it as much as possible. I recently got a new setup and I'm trying to figure that out, so having a little technical difficulties. Basically, I'm just, sticking with the setup I have right now, and I'm just gonna do that for right now, because the setup I'm trying to do basically makes it sound like there is an entire elephant walking around on the desk, and it's just doesn't sound very good. It's just kind of like, okay, well, I don't really want an elephant walking around on my desk, when I'm live streaming. So yeah, just stuff like that. But yeah, thank you for watching this video, and it's very satisfying to finally see this recoil spring work properly instead of just getting stuck all the time. And yeah, it's looking pretty good. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask in the comment section below or in a personal message, and be sure to subscribe if you'd like to see all the latest updates. And also follow me on Twitch, because I will be working on projects like this over there. I'm not sure exactly what schedule I have yet, but I'm trying to figure it out. So, just be patient. I'm trying to be patient with myself too, so we'll see what happens. But anyway, guys, thank you. So, see you next time.